Well, it has become what is arguably the biggest mystery in Burke County. And decades on, answers still very hard to come by.
So just after midnight tonight, that's going to be the 40th anniversary of Rhonda Hinson's tragic death. Her friends and family still hope someone out there knows exactly what happened to her.
Well, Fox 46's Derek Dellinger took a close look at this case, a real big deep dive into what could be going on and those lingering questions.
For some in Burke County, she is only a name, but for those that loved her, and she was loved by so many, Rhonda Hinson was so much more.
This was Rhonda's time of the year. She loved Christmas.
Judy Hinson is Rhonda's mother. Christmas time holds a special meaning for her in so many ways. It was around the time Rhonda was born, her daughter normally going for last-minute gifts, but around Christmas 1981, she got a head start.
She had gotten all of her Christmas shopping done, which was really unusual for her.
But what happened around Christmas time 1981 and to Rhonda Hinson is something that to this day has become Burke County history. The simple version of the story is this. She made her way off Interstate 40 onto Mineral Springs Mountain Road, headed home in the early morning hours of December 23rd. Just after pulling off the exit, a gun was fired nearby with a bullet hitting her car and her. She died. No one has ever been arrested for the crime.
I lived maybe from here, maybe a mile up the road there, just right up there. I worked there at that service station years ago, and I worked here at the hardware some and things part-time, so.
Winfield Abey is a family friend who has followed the case for years and even helped with a sign off Interstate 40 that begs the question of who killed Rhonda.
You knew who people was in the community and things and stuff. A very likable person, very, very likable. Quiet demeanor, you know, she wasn't the rowdy kind of or anything, stuff, just a good people.
You get the sense talking to people here in Valdez that they really cared about Rhonda Hinson, and in many ways, they still do. The Facebook page for her murder has over 5,000 followers and is regularly updated. The case itself has been featured over the years on national television, but 40 years on, no one knows definitively what happened to her. There are questions on the case that are still out there. Hinson reportedly acting differently in the days and weeks leading up to her death. Witnesses reportedly seeing cars and people near Hinson's vehicle on the night of her death, and a missing 48-minute window where something happened, and a coat that somehow went from a home to the back of Hinson's car. There are also questions on the investigation by Burke County deputies, something which the Facebook page for Hinson's murder has been chronicling in great detail for years.
I think it's a solvable crime. I stand by. I think it's a solvable crime. Go back in and fill in the missing pieces of the puzzle.
That missing 48 minutes, basically.
The 48 minutes. That code, how it got transferred.
In Christmas time, 40 years later, Hinson's family says they are no closer now than they were then.
I cry all the time. I dream about Rhonda at night. I think about her during the day.
And even though the holidays are rough, there is also a focus on why Rhonda was so special.
She was very happy, laughed all the time, just loved life, and lived every minute of her 19 years.
19 years, 10 days, and 40 years of waiting. In Burke County, Derek Dellinger, Fox 46.